"Hey, don't do it," a deep, steady voice called out. Startled, Ethan turned to see a man walking towards him, his face partially hidden beneath the shadow of a hood. "What do you care?" Ethan snapped. But the man's calm reply stunned him. "Because I've stood where you are now." The stranger introduced himself as Marcus, a former soldier who had faced the same darkness Ethan was battling. He didn't lecture or preach. Instead, he listened. Reluctantly, Ethan allowed Marcus to walk him away from the edge that night. Unaware they had just begun a journey neither of them could predict. The next morning, Marcus appeared unexpectedly at Ethan's door, holding an old wooden chessboard. "You don't owe me explanations," Marcus told him. "But you owe yourself something better. Let's start with this." Chess was an odd offering, Ethan thought. Yet, with nothing left to lose, he let Marcus teach him. Over time, the game became something more than pawns and kings. It was a metaphor for life. "Every piece has purpose," Marcus would say. "It's about seeing beyond the immediate move, a strategy for the future." Slowly, Ethan began to absorb these lessons, applying them to the chaos of his own existence. As weeks turned into months, Ethan started making small changes. He faced the pile of unopened bills and negotiated payment plans. He sold the item he clung to the most, a guitar his estranged father had given him, not out of loss, but to finance a business idea he had sketched in a notebook years ago, an online service delivering groceries to elderly neighbors in his community, now especially crucial during pandemic times. He called it Silent Bridge, a name that reminded him of the night he chose a different path. The first few months were rocky, filled with sleepless nights and countless rejections. But astonishingly, orders began to grow as word spread. Marcus, ever the mentor, became his first delivery driver. Throughout the journey, Ethan found strength he never thought he possessed, especially when tragedies struck. One such moment came when Marcus, the man who had saved him, revealed he had been battling terminal cancer. The news hit Ethan like a freight train. As Marcus's health declined, Ethan rushed to expand the service, dedicating every waking moment to making Silent Bridge a success, not just for himself, but for the man who had given him a second chance. When Marcus passed away 6 months later, Ethan was devastated, but also determined. At the funeral, he delivered a eulogy that left everyone in tears. "Marcus taught me one thing. There's no such thing as a pawn in life. We are all kings if we choose to move forward." Silent Bridge evolved into more than a business. It became a community movement. Ethan hired veterans, single parents, and others on the brink of giving up, just as he had been. Stories of his initiative went viral. Donations poured in, expanding the service nationwide. Years later, standing on a stage to receive an award for humanitarian excellence, Ethan gazed into the crowd, his heart heavy with gratitude. He spotted Marcus's widow in the audience and sent her a subtle nod. "This," he said into the microphone, "isn't about me. This is about the moments we think we can't take anymore, and the people who remind us that we can." Ethan's story is a testament to the power of one small act of courage, how the willingness of one stranger to intervene can ripple through countless lives. It's a reminder that no matter how dark the night seems, dawn will come if you hold on just a little longer. What Ethan thought was the end turned into the beginning of something far greater than himself. What about you? Who will you be the bridge for? Take a step today. It might just change everything.